Hey, Shalom, all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to you, Akim, that are teaching the truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. I'm your brother Kabash from the JMS Atlanta camp, and I'm here with the hope for edifying less through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. And in this lesson, man, it's just going to get into how we as the hopefully elect got to endure the sufferings, that's part of the straight gate. And that's literally being the basis of all races. Even if you're doing somewhat good for yourself, you still have to go against the forces that be within this world. This world is ruled by the wicked, like it says in Job chapter 9 verse 24. So we have to keep our minds circumspect, because every second Satan is testing us, through these people, through our minds spiritually, um, the whole nine. And then it's like it just have its days where you feel like the world is against you. You know what I mean? And it's all part of the Lord's scripted prophecies. Because we're counted as the least in this world, but at the same time, the Heavenly Father said that we are great. The Lord said, "I know thy tribulations, I know thy poverty, but thou art rich," like it says in Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. First, I'm going to start with Micah chapter 7. Just a faith booster going into basically how we should really look at reality the way it is. Because every decade, Esau changes the format of how people should think in their minds according to the trends that's going on, especially with the social media trending era. You have knowledge increasing. That's all prophetic. Daniel chapter 12, verse 4. Knowledge shall increase. Well, the knowledge ties into the word technology. The different advances on the innovation, creation of people, especially pertaining to having it convenient for people to use. And that's what's going on, in this world. Especially with Israelite women. Esau has it to where women in general is literally leading the forefront. They in high positions. This is why the Lord called it spiritually Egypt. Because what happened in Egypt, where they had women in high positions? Read the secular history account on the history of ancient Egypt. It was even written in the Bible that Joseph didn't even want to go near Pharaoh's wife, even though she was Pharaoh's wife. But the point is that the woman had power. She tried to get him to have sex with him without Pharaoh knowing. And that's what type of power these women have in these last days. In Esau's kingdom. This is the last of all the heathens' kingdom. There's no other heathen that's going to rule after this, because these world leaders outside of Esau, let me get to the scriptures, they know that time is up for Esau. He reached his apex. Every kingdom has a height that they reach, and then it's down from there. Just like the atmosphere that's going on right now, everything is growing to its height. You've seen the wave on how the social media started out, especially at the turn of the year 2000s. You had 2010. It was another wave of things, another trending thing. Then 2014, and then bam, now you got 2020, 2023. Esau is tying all this in, and it's all according to scriptures, man. Like, all of this is on the down sparrow, and we as the children of the Lord, the sons and daughters of the Lord, starting with the sons, we're being raised up, and we being put out of this situation that has us going astray day in and day out. This is Micah chapter 7, verse 8, rejoice not against me, O my enemy, when I fall. Matter of fact, I'm going to go up to verse 7. Therefore I will look unto the Lord. I will wait for the power of my salvation. My power will hear me. And that's what the Lord is doing. Now, throughout the process of time, people can think like, well, if he's really the Lord, then why did he allow y'all to be put in situations like this? And how come it's just other people that's not a part of the covenant come above y'all who are the chosen to be real high and, sufficient in life? And why just life in general goes the way it goes? Well, it's already prophetic. The Lord said he will put these curses on us if we sinned against him in Deuteronomy chapter 28, when Moses was leading us up out of Egypt. So you thought it was just for that moment in time when Moses and the Israelites was on the scene at that time? No. It was throughout many generations. People have no end to the cycle of life. This is the circle of life. You come back in this life, and then you go to the next life after you die. And then you come back you go back in the world and live out a life again. And that's how the Lord had it set up. We still Israelites to this day. We just low people, because we was conquered by our enemies that the Lord spoke about in the scriptures, pertaining to Deuteronomy 28 verse 48. We came in slave ships over here, the southern kingdom. Then you had the northern kingdom. They was conquered by the Spaniards and many other wars, outside of themselves, amongst themselves fighting. All of that was scripture. It's just through the process of the Lord's time. That's how he seen it fit to have it so. And now we're in the latter times, and now what you have, the Heavenly Father's children, starting with the sons of the Lord, raising up, calling on the Lord, and remembering themselves. That's literally happening right now. Even though things look normal as it may seem on the surface, we seem downtrodden. But remember, Paul said the outer man perishes, but the inward man is renewed day by day. And that inward man is going to be revealed in the last days. Our spiritual man. Because we're going to be like gods when the Lord comes back. We're going to be like him. As people see him when he comes through that sky at the last trump on Judgment Day, we're going to be just like him. It ain't going to be all, I think it's just nothing but a nappy head, jewelry wearing, chicken eating niggas. Partying fiesta niggas, man. Passe. What them Haitians be saying, nothing but Zoe niggas. That's what the world look at us as, man. They look at us as game bangers and stepping fetching Negro, a Denzel Washington type of character, CEO, working for Esau, making them millions, stunting on his own people type of people, but that's not true. We the Lord's people, and the Lord is waking up a certain few. So right here in verse 8, it says, rejoice not against me, O my enemy. When I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I will behold his righteousness. Then we're being punished. This is the righteous anger of the Lord. We're being punished. People can be like, oh man, you doing it for money, or you doing it because you in a good state. Well, you look at the account of Job, Satan came at the Lord like that. He said, oh, shoot, take away his substance, Lord. I bet he'll curse thee to thy face. But we have to have substance in order to live. So that's how backwards, and that's how these people's minds are with Satan. Because that's the same thing Satan will say, because Job was pleasing the Lord and steadily hungry after the Lord. But he tested Job's faith, and when he lost everything, he still depended on the Lord. And just like how we are to this day, ain't nothing promised to us right now, because it is going to be a time where everything is promised to us. It ain't going to be lack of nothing, because the Lord said in Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17 and 18, he said he made this world for Israel's sake. Verse 19 in the same chapter 45 of Isaiah, he said, I have not called Israel in vain. So you think this is vain, us going out on the highways and byways, posting up these videos, meeting up with brothers, doing live stream, or just fellowshipping and doing what we're supposed to do behind the scenes, applying the scriptures in a sort of way? You think that's all for nothing? You think we just out here for nothing? Or we just some working 9-to-5 niggas? You know what I mean? Or if we do get knowledge of being an independent contractor, you'll pay us on the contracts, so you won't pay us like you do these other nations. It's all a rigged game, but it's even more funnier because it's rigged even above that, which is already rigged against us in this world, and it's coming to an end. This is the height of the glory of everything in this world. But you know what? The Lord is about to turn all of it around. I would bear that. So we're bearing the indignation of the Lord. We, you know what I mean? If the Lord hit us to where we're poverty stricken, and that's what we have to live in. If the things that vest us in this life, especially our enemies, because coming to this truth, you're gonna know who your enemy is. Even if you're doing somewhat better for yourself, this setup still upsets you, because more knowledge, more sorrow. So overall, we all had to get the hell up out of here. Verse 10, then she that is my enemy should see it. Yeah, you Evite women's and Evites really is concerning you, so-called Negro, so-called Latino, Hispanic, and Native American women. You the enemy of the Lord. You the enemy of his sons. Now, it's going to be saved a few of y'all. This is not pertaining to y'all. But this is the Lord himself telling his prophet to scribe down, because the Lord already calculated from the beginning that you was going to be the sons of God enemy. You were going to stand on the side of the enemy. It said, then she that is my enemy should see it, and shame should cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? So that's their vibration. That's their reaction with dealing with us. That's how they look at us from afar or near. I say near, she could be your wife, she could be a woman. You know what I mean? Your sister, your mother. They can come against you, yo. Not to think evil upon them, to just want to, get back at them. That's how the Lord just set it up, and we see it. And the Lord said, then she that is my enemy should see it, and shame should cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? So that's what type of, they're going to have a shame that you can't even imagine that a woman could ever have. Because it looked like these women can never be put to shame. But it's going to be a time where the Lord is going to put these women to shame, and we're going to see it. My eyes should behold her. We're going to behold. It's going to be in this time, yo. What more time greater than it needs to happen than these times? Because we don't already suffer everything and possibly imagine that could ever be. Especially, you know what I mean? No creature in the world in history has suffered like Israelite men, from Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. No man nor creature has suffered like us. And now it's time for the creatures that the Lord made to rise up and get justice and peace and wealth and happiness, man. And that, along with that power, we gonna have the power to kill. All these other kingdoms, all these other nations, they gonna be in the kingdom of heaven. They ain't gonna be done away with. It ain't that easy, yo. This is the real vital part of this truth. That it's gonna be a time where all things are gonna be on the other side of the coin. It's called trading places. And look, she gonna see it. She gonna see the great reset happen. Now now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. These women is gonna be cast down, yo, in the worst way, and nobody's gonna help them. Not even God Himself. And the day that thy walls are to be built, meaning what? The kingdom of heaven. That's when the woman is going to go down. And we're seeing the down spiral of it because America is at that breaking point. There's even some type of saying about when you see the women of the nation being naked and out of order, then that shows you the state of an empire or a kingdom. That means what? It's lawlessness over here. And it's all purpose. It's all by design. No family can be kept up. You know, every single family or household out here represents a nation. So it's not just one nation, but everybody come under the umbrella of that same nation because they go to show you where the father and motherhood at. But at the same time, it's a nation within a nation. So it's going to be a time when the Lord collapsed this place and we're going to rise up. And look, it says, in that day shall the decree be far removed. In that day should the decree, what decree? A woman could pass in a man. That's what is written about in Jeremiah. A woman should pass a man, but in this time, a woman ain't gonna pass a man. A woman ain't gonna put a man on child support. A woman ain't gonna talk shit. She ain't gonna come outside any type of way. Hell, even her energy is not gonna be to where it's like anybody can come up and lust after her. Her energy is gonna be on point. Because right now, you know, you can go inside a household and the women doing all the talking. The men ain't talking worth shit. Now, of course, everybody familiar with each other, family and whatnot. But it was a time where it was just order. You know what I mean? The women wouldn't be loud, but they'll be amongst each other talking. But the ones you would be hearing is the men. You wouldn't be hearing the women talk. Now you hear the women talking, calling shots. Like, what the hell is going on, man? The man is absent or hiding himself. This is all part of the curses, man. And it's starting with you so-called tribes. But order is coming. And it's going to be without carnal weapons, man. Because our warfare is not carnal but spiritual, like it says in Romans chapter 10. Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich. So the Lord know our works, you know, which is the truth according to the service. And tribulations, you know, we have to go to work and get our daily bread, and also have to deal with this world and including our own sinful mindset. The Lord know about that. And the poverty that's added to it. But thou art rich. And he ain't just talking in vain, yo. We got our own planets. When the Lord comes back, we're going to get our own planets. You know what I mean? Here it is. You driving in the bucket. But at the same time, the Lord has in store for you a whole earth that's made particularly to you. You got your own earth, man, your own planet, your own animals, your own slaves, your own nations, you a God, man. Like he says in Psalms chapter 82, verse 6, I had said ye are gods and all of you are children of the Most High. That's us, yo. That's the rich that the Lord is talking about. He ain't talking about getting no goddamn Lamborghini or Bugatti driving around in fucking Dubai or having some type of diplomatic immunity where you can break laws and shit in other countries, first developed countries, and get away with the shit. You know what I mean? Get all the hoes you want. No, that's not talking about that. The rich we talking about, the rich the Lord is talking about is owning life and death, man. We're going to be judges over angels. Like it says in 1 Corinthians chapter 6. We're going to tell Satan what to do. We're going to tell our righteous angels what to do. We're going to be sitting on thrones. Like I said, we're going to have our own planets, and that's written in John chapter 14. Those are the mansions that the Lord is talking about. It's not talking about some house. And guess what? Our house is going to be made with fine wood, the trees of Lebanon. We're going to get the top thing, man. So that's what the Lord's talking about. Even though we at the bottom, that's what type of rich we got, yo. And it says, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Synagogue meaning building. They the temple of Satan. And that writing right there was talking about Jake. You know, the Pharisees, Sadducees, Jake that was just wicked. But in essence, in these times, it's talking about those so-called Jews, these small hatters, these Israelis, Zionist people too. Because the earth is giving it to the hands of the wicked. So the Lord is aiming at these top leaders that's running the world. It's gonna be a time, man. Yeah, everybody can go to the house and chill and whatnot. We just had an eclipse not too long ago, so things are just getting worse and worse because the Lord talks about how it's gonna be signs in the skies and whatnot. I think in Luke chapter 25, 21, that we about to get up out of here, man, and a lot of our people don't even see it. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 25. And there should be signs. Hold on. Luke chapter 21, verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And that's happening right now. Jerusalem is being trodden down. Wars going on over there. The land is depleted. There's crops and natural things over there, especially them sinning over there, man, with all type of abominable sins. And I ain't even got to mention one being Sodom and Gomorrah type activities. And, just horrible, man. Despicable. But the Lord is going to, he's changing all that right now, man. Like I said, though you get to go to the movies, go to work tomorrow and all that, don't think for 1 second that the Lord ain't making things happen. Like I said, we just had an eclipse today. Verse 25 says, and there should be signs in the sun, and then the moon, and then the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. And that's happening right now, yo. The signs in the sun. What's the signs in the sun? The eclipse. The sign of the moon. Blood moons. Yeah, even the eclipse. and then the stars, and upon the earth, the stress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Men's heart filling them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. And that's talking about the future. So these people can act like and fake like, oh, life is good because you see it on this social media platform. Hell, you may even see it in your city, but that's not real because there's a lot of news, mainstream media, and also alternative going into the woes of the world. We already in the deep depression. You know, they just pleaded to raise the debt ceiling even more. They are in the fiscal year. They got to show receipts and where they're spending the so-called bailout money to. According to their debt. Why the hell is people over here happy? Well, it's all a joke, man. It's all a joke. And guess what? The elite is crashing the American economy on purpose anyway. So people thinking that it's going to get better. No, it's going to get worse. You got people all on TikTok talking about how they can't pay certain things. And you got people making $100,000. $100,000, yo. I mean, yeah, you could be content with it, but hell, even on the lower level, the inflation is kicking people ass. These high grocery bills, these cars running regularly, and high mechanic bills, and the prices of things that's a necessity to people is going up. Gas, catalytic converters. Hell, catalytic converters like $600 right now and up. Let alone the food prices. So it's just getting worse and worse and worse. We just came from a lockdown. This is post-lockdown. It's crazy. Men's heart failing them for fear and for looking at the things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven should be shaken, and then should they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. So we in the time where the Lord is going to come. The Lord say he's going to come like a thief in the night. A lot of these people out here playing, yo. And like I said, they just look at us as niggas. You know what I mean? Oh, you going to get into nigga shit. So who are you to say, oh, the Lord's coming back and we going to be caught off guard? Like, nah, man. That's where you mistakenly wrong. The Lord said, be aware of entertaining angels. We the angels of the Lord, yo. We're just in a terrestrial form. The word angel just means messenger. We the messengers of the Lord. We the sons of God. So we way more powerful than this mere mortal body that you see us in. The actual thoughts that we have is way high above the average mind of these people in the world. We're thinking about the maker here, man. People don't consider the maker. People don't consider the creator. People don't even know how to perform in front of the creator or be manner, have good manners in front of the creator, let alone act. You know what I mean? Like it's no type of way you can perform that, what I mean, you're in tune with the creator. These people just go about just living their life. They don't see what we see. And that's what makes us special. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I hit the point on this. Um, yeah, man, we had a low place, but wisdom of Solomon goes into that too. Um, that we're punished in front of the sight of the unwise, but the unwise don't know that we're going to get rewarded for it. we're gonna get rewarded blessings for it. This is 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes, that don't mean that you can't eat and whatnot, or get with your woman. You know what I mean, and chill, or enjoy the fruits of your labor. Nah, that ain't talking about that. Everybody's going above and beyond that. Everybody got the appetite to do X, Y, Z instead of being content with whatever they have. And it's only pertaining to particular people also, because the people outside of the nation of Israel, they are brute beasts. Like it says in Genesis chapter 3. These are the same people that was in the time of the Garden of Eden in the ancient world. Now it's just you got the wheat mixed with the tares. That's what it is. So don't get confused. That's why the Lord said, eat the whole roll. No, we are separate people, man. So this lust of the flesh and the eyes is only pertaining to us. And we know what the hell is going on with that. You know what I mean? Jake got their own little thing going. And it says, verse 16, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away. Yeah, and the world is ruled by Esau now. But his world is passing away. And it says, and the lust thereof. So the desires, things like that, we see it waning down right now, yo. It had its time, it had its wax moment. Now it's waning down. But he that doeth the will of Yahweh abideth forever. Little children, it is the last time. And I'm going to end it off on that because we're in the last time. And this world is passing away. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of their following. Only the elect is going to understand these things, because like it says in Romans chapter 11, verse 7, talks about the elect have to obtain it. Because Jake is seeking for the truth. Jake is seeking for the purpose of life in many different manners of how they do it. But at the same time, only the elect should obtain it. You know what I mean? Because they can get to the mountaintop like Martin Luther King said he saw or went to. But in the end, his words didn't mean nothing. Our works is going to mean something. The Lord said, I know thy works. That's why the Lord is going to keep us from the hour of temptation. That's why the Lord is going to reward us in the sight of all these people in the world. Like it says in Micah chapter 7, it went specifically to hitting Israelite women too. And not only these nations, because the Lord said in Wisdom chapter 5, it says, speaks about the salvation so far beyond the imaginations of the people on what they think that if we was to be saved, how we will be saved. And that's way out. And all these nations are going to see it, but the Lord even made it more known too because of the wickedness of our own women in this nation, how they going to be ashamed when we be lifted up again. So yeah, that's all I got on this. Till then, I'm going to say shalom.